Hey, second grade. Today we are learning how to paint with watercolors. So let me show you what you will need. You will need a piece of paper, and this is how we're going to learn how to paint our watercolors. You will need a set of watercolors and a brush, and you will need a cup with water. Alright, now that we have our materials, I first want to show you how to paint with watercolors. The first thing you do is you swish your brush around in water. Then you pick your color. I'll use purple. So you swish your brush around and around until you see that you have purple on your brush. Then you can try painting. This first spot says we're going to paint straight lines. So when you hold the paintbrush, you hold it just like a pencil, in between your middle finger and your pointer finger with your thumb supporting. If you hold it closer to the tip of the brush, it will make it a lot easier. It's really difficult to paint if you're holding it back here. So hold it close just like a pencil, and then use this part of your hand above the paper to keep your hand still and steady as you practice painting straight lines. Notice that I am dragging the brush across the floor, almost like the same motion as sweeping. We don't want to jam the brush down because that's going to damage a brush and make it look like this. This is not going to make straight lines. This is going to make all kinds of weird textures. So we want to really take care of our brushes by dragging them across sideways like this instead of straight down. Don't do it straight down. Now, what if I want to change colors and I want to make orange? Should I just put my purple in the orange? No! Don't do that. You're going to swish your brush around in water until it is all clean. Then you can switch colors. So I'll swish it around in circles in my orange paint, and then I can keep painting. Sometimes our paint will start to run out. What you can do is you can add more water and keep going because some of that orange paint is still in the paintbrush and you just need to add some more water. The more water you add, the lighter the color will be. The less water you add and the more paint, the darker your color will be. Always wash off your paintbrush in the water. What if you wanted to mix colors? Like what if I wanted a red-orange color? Well, I can swish my brush around and get some red, and then use the lid to put the red color down. Then I can go back and swish it in the water till it's clean, pick up some orange, and mix them together in here to make a red-orange color. We're going to paint wavy lines in this spot. Wavy lines, you want to move, dragging your brush just like we're sweeping, but wave it back and forth, up and down. Take your time and practice painting these wavy lines. And swirl it in the water to clean your brush. Alright, the next thing we're going to try is a zigzag line. I'm going to choose a different color, maybe green. You can choose whatever color you want. A zigzag line, I'm going to hold my brush the same way, but I'm going to make a straight line and then switch directions. I need a little more paint. So you make a straight line and then switch directions. Practice making some zigzag lines over here. Next, I want you to try some other strategies. So you can squirt off some of the water on the lid to make your brush sort of dry. And I want you to choose a paint that you haven't used yet. I'll use blue. I'm going to put some blue on my dry brush and see what it looks like to paint with a dry brush. A dry brush makes a cool texture. Now, let's try painting with water first. So I'm going to dip my brush in the water and put just some clear water down here. Then I'll go back and get some paint and paint on top of the water. Look what happened when we put water down first. The last type we can do is water drops. So you're going to get your brush nice and wet and then drop some drops of water, kind of like polka dots. Then you're going to get your brush nice and wet and grab a color and drop the paint into the drops of water and see what happens. You see that? Then, once you're finished with all of that practice, you can practice painting some shapes. So practice painting some squares, some triangles, a circle. You could make whatever kinds of shapes you want. It could even be an organic shape, like a bean. All right, like always, if you need help or have questions, you can raise your hand to ask Miss Waldemer, and I will come around and help you out.